What's up, guys? Welcome to another edition of Market Marauders. Be in the market one trade at a time. If you're new to the channel, Market Marauders is an investment channel, basically to find deals in the market, help you make better trades throughout the day. If that's something you're interested in, hit that subscribe button down below, like, comment, and share. Also, while you're down there, there's some suggestions for some books to read. They are affiliate links, so the channel does get a small percentage of that when you purchase those books. So just let that be known. Um, but they're also very good books. I think every investor, new or old, to investing, can benefit from learning the information that are in those books. You know, the average, millionaire reads, 52 books a year or something like that. So I think, reading is definitely very beneficial when it comes to investing. And, as investors, we read all the time, whether it's, earnings, press releases, uh, about what the company's doing, all types of information for every company. So reading is very fundamental, and there are a lot of things that we read, but, you know, that's down in the description down below. So today I'll be talking about the stimulus. So for you guys in the U.S., President Trump just signed the $2 trillion stimulus, which basically is going to provide some money to some people, to businesses and stuff like that. I've actually have a small little breakdown of how some of this money is being distributed. I kind of just typed something up real quick. So the $2 trillion stimulus breakdown, we have $250 billion going to go from checks to individuals. So individuals basically means people who filled out their 2019 and 2018 taxes. If you haven't filled out your taxes for this year, it's going to go on basically your income from last year. So for you guys in the U.S. who haven't gotten around to doing taxes yet, I know the taxes have been extended, I think until July, where you can fill taxes out. But if you haven't filled taxes out, it's going to go on your previous year's taxes for that information. So based on income, if you make below $75,000 a year, you're basically going to get $1,200, and that's for single Americans. If you filed for single on your tax return, that's basically the amount of money that you're going to get. $80,950, 90,000 and below, $700, 95,000 and below, $450, and 99,000 a year and above, you're not going to get any money. So it's kind of helping lower bracket, tax bracket individual, helping them out the most. For married couples, it goes 150,000 and below. If you filed for married and joint taxes, it's going to be 150,000 and below. You get $2,400. For 160,000 and below, you'll get $1,900. For 170,000 below, you'll get $1,400. For 180,000 below, you'll get $900, and for 190,000 and below, you'll get $400. Okay, so that's 250 billion of it is just going to go for checks to individuals, for basically economic hardship, is basically what that's for. 250 billion is going to go to unemployment. 50 billion is going to go to airlines, 500 billion for large corporations, and 300 billion for small businesses. So if this is something that interests you guys, make sure you take a screenshot of this, of this information. And this is basically how it's going to be broken down. I know a lot of people have seen just this section of it, but this is like overall how it's going to go. So for you people who are investing in airlines, basically the airlines themselves are going to get $50 billion. So look to see those going up in the future, basically with their plan. But when you think airlines, you got to think also like Boeing, as well as like Delta Airlines, Southwest, JetBlue. um, I feel like I'm missing another one, another major one. JetBlue, Delta, Southwest, uh, American Airlines. That was the one I was missing, and Boeing. So those are like the major companies to me that come to mind when I think of airlines. Large corporations. I don't know if the large corporations is going to be considering airlines, or if airlines if airlines is going to get the 50 billion as well as be able to get some of the large corporation funds as well, or if they're just limited to that 50 billion, that I do not know. I did not see any, you know, basically wordage on that for the airlines. I just saw how it was distributed. But the large corporations basically is going to be for like the cruise lines, which is probably going to need it the most for large corporations. So that money is going to be coming to them, which is also a good thing. And then small businesses as well. I know a lot of small businesses were impacted by what's going on. A lot of people lost their jobs. Um, you know, there are a couple of YouTubers that I saw. They were talking about their parents lost jobs. It's just a rough time for people in general. So this will help out a little bit for those people, but um, hopefully, there'll be more to come in addition to this. But this is basically the breakdown for that. And hopefully, for those people who like lost jobs, they were able to get unemployment. Because for unemployment, this is an addition to that. But I'm basically going to explain that in the second part of this. So. This is the breakdown as it is given by Forbes. So Forbes basically is if you just Google, stimulus checks, or if you Google um, stimulus package, $2 trillion stimulus package, Forbes actually has an article on there. So this is their version of the breakdown. It says American adults will be granted the following one-time payment: 1,200. For individual taxpayers and 2,400 for married couples filing jointly. In addition, there'll be $500 per qualifying child under the age of 17. So basically, you'll get that 1,200, but if you have a kid, you'll get that $500 as well too, and that's per child. Okay, so this is for unemployment. It says, in addition to normal state benefits, an additional $600 per week will be paid to individuals for up to 4 months. This boost will help individuals earn around medium weekly wage. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, DY, recently said in CNN, it will help most individuals get their full salary or very, very close to it. So basically, you file for unemployment, you'll get the unemployment, plus you'll get $600 a week for up to 4 months. So I know that'll help out a lot more. So you'll have if you're under $75,000 a year, you'll get the 1,200. Plus you'll get unemployment, and you'll get the $600 on top of what you have in unemployment for up to 4 weeks. So I think it's enough to keep a lot of people a lot of people afloat. I know bills and stuff are coming up due for a lot of people, but I think this will help out quite a bit, so people can find new jobs and get put back on their feet. So the benefits will last longer too. Regular state unemployment eligibility of 26 weeks has been explained by an additional 13 weeks for a total of 39 weeks. The package expands unemployment insurance to those who don't typically qualify, gig economy workers who are classified as independent contractors, and self-employed individuals. Individuals who have been laid off but can't work due to a variety of reasons related to COVID-19 will also be eligible for unemployment checks. These reasons would include the case where they're diagnosed with, are awaiting diagnosis, or a family member diagnosed with the disease. Individuals who were scheduled to start a job who did not because their future workplaces have been shut down due to the pandemic would also be eligible. Additionally, individuals whose head of household died directly to that. Workers uh, furloughed who were furloughed but haven't been fully laid off are eligible. The 7-day waiting period before an unemployment worker can get benefits, which is a standard feature for most states. Unemployment system is being waived to help individuals receive cash as quickly as possible. Okay, so there's also another section for paid family leave. Um, so I'll go over that. Just a little bit, just briefly. This suspension allows individuals who were laid off on or after March 1st, but then rehired before the end of 2020, access to family leave. To the eligible for this leave, they will need to have worked in that job 30 to 60 days before the initial layoff. The benefit paid to individuals eligible for the family leave is two-thirds pay, with a maximum of $200 per day, or an aggregate $10,000 per worker. In other words, it could be a maximum of $1,000 per week. Employers cut the family leave checks and then got reimbursed by federal government through the IRS. So paid sick leave employees, both part-time and full-time, will get 80 hours of paid sick leave at full pay, capped at $511 per day, or an aggregate of $55,110 per worker. With part-time receiving proportionate number of hours, individuals who are unable to work or telework because they're under medical quarantine, um, suspect they have illness or ordered to quarantine at home, are eligible for pay. Additionally, individuals who are staying at home to care for someone who has uh, illness, is suspect of having it, or have a child whose school or daycare is closed because of a pandemic, are eligible of two-thirds pay, capped at $200 per day, or an aggregate $2,000. So mortgage and renter relief. So a lot of people out there, have a mortgage or are renting. So it says borrowers with federally backed mortgage loans, loans under Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, who are experiencing financial hardships due to pandemic, can request forbearance on their payments for up to 6 months. Borrowers must submit a request to their servicer and affirm that they're experiencing a financial hardship during this crisis. Additionally, no foreclosures or evictions from properties with federally backed mortgages can occur during this period. During the mortgage forbearance period, interest will still occur. However, additional fees, penalties, or extra interest cannot be added to the mortgages. Renters have some eviction protection, but only if they live in a multifamily building or single family home that's federally backed mortgage. Landlords cannot evict tenants of these buildings or charge any late fees, penalties, or other charges for late rent payment. So basically, you can't be charged a late rent payment because you didn't pay your bill on time if you're renting. And that's the legality of the whole bill that was passed. So for a lot of people out there who are worried about it, it's a law now. It was passed. It was signed. So you could basically say ask for forbearance for those, and then call or contact your landlord if you're going through a situation where you're not able to pay. Just communication is the biggest key when it comes to that. If you're not able to pay, communication definitely knocks down a lot of walls, so people know what's going on. I don't think you should just go and just not pay without telling the people who own the property the situation, because I think anybody at this time will be sympathetic with whatever situation is going on. So you know don't just be like, hey, I don't have to pay because it's the law. Try to work out a deal or something with what's going on. And don't try to take advantage of the situation. It's a hard time for a lot of people, and a lot of people are going through a lot of problems right now. So communication is the best key. You don't have to go and do it in person. You can always call their phone numbers or emails. You know, there are different ways to contact in that situation. So, secondly, or I guess moving on, student loan relief. So the Department of Education implemented student loan relief measures last week. The stimulus package expands those measures, giving protection to borrowers pursuing loan forgiveness programs and those who have defaulted loans. Interest will not occur on federal student loans from April through September 30th, and no payments must be made. So yeah, that's a pretty good thing. You know, no interest. For me, I do currently still have student loans, so I'm trying to pay as much as possible while there's no interest on there. Um, that's just me personally. I'm trying to attack those, get them down as much as possible since it's just principal that you're paying on. Um, even though payments are suspended during this period, the Department of Education will treat it as the borrower made a payment towards public service loan forgiveness or forgiveness program. Borrowers who are in loan rehabilitation programs will also have suspension periods count toward rehabilitation. These programs are for borrowers working to pull their loans out of default. Credit reports and scores will not be impacted during the suspension of payment period. Wage garnishment and tax refund seizures will be halted during forbearance period. Additionally, part of education uh, on Wednesday will be refunding approximately 1.8 billion in offsets to more than 830,000 borrowers. The announcement also required private collection agencies to stop pursuing defaulted borrowers. Such methods, phone calls, um, collection letters, and billing statements. So this last thing right here, I know a lot of you people out there, or a lot of guys, a lot of people are saying, "Oh yeah, I'm not gonna get any phone calls." It's fantastic. Because people, are late. They'll blast your phone, call you all times of the day, all times of the night. But this is basically a federal mandate that says do not call them. Don't try to get the money from them, because that would just be like another slick way that they'll try to do it. They'll be like, "Oh, you don't have to pay, but we're gonna call and blow up your phone and send you a bunch of letters telling you, on this date you're gonna have to pay. You're gonna have to pay." You know, so that's always a good thing when it comes to that. So moving on, the retirement plan changes. It says in addition, limit for retirement plan loans have been temporarily raised from the normal 50,000 to 100,000, while the current rule that loans may not exceed half of the 401k participants' vested account balance has been waived. So basically, a lot of people taking out money from their 401k, but they've increased their normal amount from 50k to 100k. So yeah, there's a lot of things that actually went down in this bill that was passed. It's not just everyone gets $1,200. Everyone making under $75,000 gets $1,200. I know a lot of people are excited about that, but there are actually a lot of benefits that are kind of packaged into this, and it affects a lot of different other people. No matter really your financial situation, I know everybody's financial situation is different. Some people have jobs, some people don't have jobs at the current moment. Um, you know, but I think what they tried to do is try to help as many people as possible with this, and I'm interested to see moving forward how it actually affects the economy. Once these checks start coming back out, will we begin to see the economy bounce back to the way that it was before, or are we going to see it continue to go down? That's what I'm interested to see, because we're basically distributing wealth to everyone, which I mean, it's weird to say it that way, but it really is a distribution of wealth to everyone because a lot of people didn't have the $1,200, and a lot of people didn't have that $500 per child. So nothing like nothing of this magnitude that I know of has ever happened in American history. So interested to see how it will actually affect the economy in the long term. So drop a comment down below. Tell me what you guys are spending your money on, or if you like the bill. Do you not like the bill? Do you think it was a good move by the government? You think it was a bad move by the government? Drop a comment down below. Also, smash that subscribe button. Smash that like button too. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.